Hi, this is Phil. Inside your PlanPlus online account, you have contacts, of course, but within each one of those contacts, a contact can be named as either a public contact or a private contact. And it's real important for you to understand the differences. Let's look at the contacts area. Now, I'm in a real small database here, so I've only got 4 contacts. But the default view here, the current view now, is public contacts, right? So all of these contacts, I would assume, because it's the nature of the view, are all public contacts. Now here, I'll show you the converse of this. If I go over here into private contacts, who do I see? I don't see anybody. So there's nobody there. And here's another view that is actually the default view that you should have in your account. This is all contacts, public and private. But as I look at each one of these contacts, I have no way of knowing whether it's public or private. So let's go into the details of one of these. Now, I've created a contact called David Privateson, or Dave Privateson. So let's look at the details there. So again, if I drive in here, I still don't know whether this is public or private unless I go over here to edit. And here I see that the private contact box is not checked. Now, because I created this contact, I can make this contact private. Now, had I not created this contact, I wouldn't have that choice available to me, because only the creator of the contact record can make that contact private. Now, here's a second very important thing. I may have to mention this twice, but if you synchronize with Outlook, all of the contacts that come into your database will in fact be private contacts for that particular user that utilized the sync tool to bring those contacts into his account. But here we go, back to David Privateson. I'm going to make him a private contact. I'll go ahead and click here and submit this. So nothing really changes as far as what you see as far around the record, but it is important in terms of search results. So here's my contact list now. I'm looking at private contacts. I don't see David's name here because in fact he is. Click over here, look at private contacts, and now we see the only private contact in the database, David Privateson. And here I click again, I look at all contacts, public and private. Now if another user were to be in the database and wanted to find David Privateson is now private, he would not be able to find that particular contact in the database. That contact now is private to me. I am the only one that can find it in a search. So that's a very important consideration. Now here's another thing too. David Privateson is now private. We talked about that. Let's do an advanced search. And I'm the administrator of this account, right? So I'm going to look for all of the private contacts. Yes. Go down here, and I'm the administrator, and that's the reason that I can search for all private contacts. Search for all these private contacts. Here's David Privateson right here. So I go ahead and select this, and I want to update a value. Here's where I'm headed with this. I want to make him public. Here I go in here, look for private to public. That's what that means. I don't have a value because all I'm going to do is convert this particular record. Go down here and submit this. Confirm that I have done that. David Privateson, confirming private to public. Absolutely. Confirm. Back. It's done. So I go back into contacts. And again, if I'm looking at my public contacts, I see David Privateson back again. So some very nice tools for maintaining the segregation of your database between public and private. But it's important for you to understand that you need to look at the individual contact record to understand whether a particular record is private or public.